if I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if touch you still remains me? Wouldn't it be crazy if touch you still remains me?
What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Ben and Static. We got your normal lineup this week. No guest, but I do have the social. What is that noise?
Oh
Dear my God!
my
That
God.
sounded like a pig.
What the frig, dude?
I was
I'm
trying
gonna
to
keep
hold it
rolling.
in.
I'm gonna keep
I tried to hold
rolling
it
with
in
this.
so hard, and I just couldn't do it. It kept leaking out, and I was like, screw it, I was caught.
I'm keeping this. This is gonna be the intro.
Do it.
Gosh.
I was trying to save it for whenever you introduced me, and that was going to be what I did, but I couldn't save it.
So,
Oh, for
we have
God's
the
sake.
social media Sasquatch because it is rare whenever he does post on social media. And that is Lucas Hale, the most disgusting person ever.
Yep, that was me. I'll take props for that.
Also, I have the geography genius himself, the king of capitals, Christopher Thompson, everybody. How you doing, Chris?
Oh, I am the king of capital. That's true.
That's true. That's why I did it. I thought I'd, instead of tearing down your hobby, Chris, and your talents, I thought I'd build you up.
Build it up.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm trying something. Want to see how it goes. But how'd you guys have a good week? I know we missed you last week. But I was really glad to have Nick and Greg on. I don't know if you guys listened to that one, but it's pretty fun.
I did actually.
What'd you think of it? Was it good? Did you
I
like it?
liked it.
You came in on
Yeah.
the last bit. You were kind of on it.
Well, I stopped listening once I came in because I saw that part.
Yeah. The funniest part with that is like you tried to sneak in up the stairs to like not make noise, but the camera caught you as you snuck up the stairs.
Oh, well, I didn't. I listened. I didn't watch. I didn't see that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. So I guess since you guys have been, you kind of had a week off. Did you guys have any like weekly updates? Anything good happen or bad happen that you want to talk about?
I have an interesting story.
Yeah, well, let's hear this.
If we want to go into this
Yep.
this already. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was last week, week off, all that stuff. I got off work and I was like, I need a haircut. So I'm gonna go get a haircut. So I Googled, found a place that stayed open till like 8 o'clock. Got there about 7 or so, and as I'm walking up, it's a glass storefront. And I look into it, and there's just a bunch of women laying on the ground doing ab exercises. And I like double checked the time and all this. I was like, are they closed? Are they having like a group exercise section or session or something like that? And I looked at the door and it was like, 7 to 8 on weekdays and all this stuff. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk in and this will just be awkward. They'll all probably like try to scramble up real fast or do whatever.
At least you were
Walk
prepared
in.
for how awkward it was going to be.
Right.
Like, you knew that
I-
it was
like-
not going to go good.
Exactly. Like I knew it was going to be bad. So I walk in and, I'm expecting everyone to scramble up and all this stuff. And I just walk in, I look at the person laying on the floor and she just goes, hey, welcome to this haircut place. Do you want a
What is
haircut?
this? You can say that. You can say the name of the haircut place.
Okay, it's Supercuts, or no, it's not. Sports Clips, that's what it's called. So it's like a athletic themed kind of thing,
Which
they
they're
always
living up
have,
to their
like-
name.
right? And you just walk in, this doing crunches, just like looks at me, is like, "Hey, you want a haircut?" And I was like, "Yeah." And there's like 5 or 6 of them in a line just doing crunches. And then this lady that's like filming them or something doing this, or has like the video that they're following, comes around and like I check in and all this stuff, and I expect them by the time I go back in there to actually get my haircut to be done, they're still going at it. they're doing, like, the entire time I was getting my hair cut, they were doing planks, crunches, heels to the heaven, like all these ab exercises, like they were doing P90 ab X or whatever. It was weird.
And you told me this story. You told me the story when I stayed with you last weekend.
Right.
And here's my thing. Exercise is great. I work out. I'm not like super in shape or anything, but like it's good to work out. My thing is, I would not work out on a freaking nasty floor that has somebody else's hair on it. Like they're just gonna be covered in hair.
It was clean. They sweep it and all that stuff. Like it was.
No
It's
matter
not like
how
it was.
bad you sweep it, no matter how good you sweep it, there still will be somebody else's hair there. Like you'll go home and have some random person's hair on you.
Well, I mean, they handle other people's hair all day, so I'd say they probably don't care.
I guess. I don't know. It's just, when you're sweaty from doing ab workouts and somebody else's hair's on you,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
It is definitely weird. No, I didn't know what to do. I just like walked in and looked at them, expecting them to get up and be like, "Oh, hey, how can I help you today?" or whatever. But they just kept on going, and I was like, that's strange. Because I knew if I was in their shoes, I'd been like, oh crap, oh crap. Like,
You gotta look like what you. And see, that what I've been doing. Like, if I'm at work and like I wasn't doing my job and somebody came in, I would try to at least act like I'm doing my job. I wouldn't like
right.
just keep doing like screwing around in the office or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that's weird. I wonder if like they had already like they do this every day, and it was just that one lady that cut your hair is her turn to sit out to like just like watch shop while they continue to do that, or like if it was just she doesn't do the workout, or I don't know. There's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, she was an elderly lady, so she might.
Oh,
not
so
have
she
done
probably
it.
doesn't participate.
Yeah, and like she wasn't like old, but she was older, I should say.
Gotcha. But yeah, Lucas told me the story. I was like, well, you can definitely tell that one on the podcast because that's the first time I've ever heard anything like that happen.
Yeah, it just confused me. Like I wasn't expecting it whatsoever.
One weekend update or weekly, whatever we're gonna call this. I went to a concert last week and it was pretty fun. And something I was
You go to
surprised
the
about.
Moonwalkers.
It's called Moon Taxi,
God.
and they were really good. Their opener band was pretty good too. They were the Wilder. They're like I don't know how long they've been going, but they're pretty good. And both bands were really good. Heard a great cover of Blinded by the Light by Moon Taxi. They did a really good job. But anyways, this is my first like non-Christian concert. I'm pretty sure, yeah, my first non-Christian concert. I'm a very vanilla person, if you cannot tell. And I went by myself, not knowing anybody. I tried to get Lucas to go. I tried to get other people to go, and they're like, no. So I walk in by myself. I just want to reiterate that.
Okay, to be fair, I did not know you were going to a concert until like 3 days before that concert.
False. You knew a week in advance because I asked you while we were on the podcast.
Oh,
If
yeah,
I
that
could
is
stay
true.
with you.
So a week. Yeah, it was a week.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought it was shorter than that.
But so I'm standing in a sea full of strangers. Listen to an enjoyable band. But the thing that I cannot help but notice is there's people around me like with solo cups full of beer. And I don't know how I got out of that place without having someone spill one on me. And I don't understand if like the cohesion of beer is just so powerful that nothing comes out, or if like that solo cup is such a good brand because there's a force field around your drink that it can't escape. But that impressed me. I'm like, I'm gonna get soaked because there's like 4 people on my right with solo cups, 6 people on my left. There's probably 7 people behind me, and then there's a bunch in front of them. Like, I'm gonna walk out of here with beer-soaked jeans. And glory Hallelujah. I did not. But another funny story. So we got the band out for an encore. We got Moon Taxi out for an encore, and guitarist is shredding, completely shredding. And at some point, he just starts like going in a circle. And I was like, am I contact drunk? Am I drunk because everybody around me is drunk? Because I'm like, how's he just spinning there? Like perfect circle spinning. And like I'd stand on my tiptoes and I can see he's on a hoverboard. So at some point he like snuck out a hoverboard onto stage, and it just blew my mind because I didn't see him pull his hoverboard out. He just like must have like flawlessly stepped up on it and was playing guitar perfectly while on the hoverboard. It was crazy. For one, coordinated enough to ride a hoverboard. Two, be able to shred guitar and ride a hoverboard. That's just awesome. And then do it discreetly to where nobody sees you bring on the hoverboard. It was awesome.
Yeah. When you're good, you're good.
Yeah, he must like do this at every show. Or he practices at home or something. Going to another concert this weekend in Cincinnati. It'll be the Rex, New Politics, and Dreamers. I'm really excited for that one. Because that's 3 bands I listen to that I enjoy.
Did you find anybody go to you with that one?
Nah, I'm just going with myself again.
I'm sorry, Kirby.
I mean, it's okay. There's 2 guys that I met at the Moon Taxi concert that are going, so I'll probably just hang out with them. They seem nice. They seem to have similar interests as me. Because one of them was wearing a Zelda shirt to the Moon Taxi concert. I'm like, we are of the same yoke. We like similar things. I'll hang out with you. So I just kind of, they ended up being around me, and I was like, and when we left, I was like, hey, did you guys hear about the concert in Cincinnati next weekend? And they're like, dude, we're going to that. And I was like, no way. I'm pretty sure I'm going to that. It was pretty fun. But that's my weekly updates. Chris, you got any weekly updates? No weekly updates from Chris?
I don't
sure?
do anything with my life.
Do you want to tell him your story?
Oh, what, from yesterday?
Yeah.
I left for work yesterday, and I tripped and fell on a closed fist, and I thought I broke my knuckles.
We get a text from Chris saying I might have injured myself in the dumbest way possible.
How did you trip? I don't think I ever.
I just trip on nothing.
Is that a normal
Sometimes
thing?
you just lose your footing.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I do the same.
Were you holding
happened.
something? Is that why your fist was closed? Or like, I don't...
I didn't open my hand when I fell.
The good news is he has no broken knuckles, everybody. So it's okay. He's a tough trooper.
No, I'm not.
Tough trooper, not treff trooper. When you texted us that, I thought you were talking about, like... So, we were playing volleyball the night before, and Chris's glasses came off, and, like, the lens popped out, and like, something came unscrewed. And I thought that's what he was referencing when he said, I've been injured the most, like, idiotic way possible. I didn't understand, like, how'd you get hurt from your glasses? But that's a different story. Chris gets stinking lit at volleyball.
Really?
Hype. You're hype, like, the whole time.
Ish.
Is it? I mean, yeah, like it's a different energy than when you're just like hanging out. It's fun. It's a side that we don't get to see that often, and I enjoy it.
You're welcome.
So I did.
You're so modest.
Yeah, he's so modest. I did think of one topic that I did want to talk about is the Han Solo movie trailer. Did you guys watch it?
Oh yes, I did.
I know you watched it because we were in the same room. Yeah, we were at the Super Bowl party. What did you guys think of it?
Nothing but respect for my president, Donald Glover.
I feel the same way.
Okay,
he looks freaking
awesome.
awesome.
Awesome. That cape is sick. I'm ready.
The only question I have now is how come he's not in Black Panther?
For real.
Why would he?
Because he was in Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, he might
Nah,
still have that little cameo as the
should
uncle
be in Black
dude.
Panther.
The
I mean, he
uncle
could.
dude.
Yeah, he was like Miles Morales' uncle in Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't make that connection. I thought he was just a gang member.
No, he's at least of the review I watched of his cameo. It like he is Miles Morales'
You watched
uncle,
a review of
which
a
is
cameo?
like I read a review. I read a review
I was like, good
of it,
lord.
of like things you missed from Spider-Man. And I was like, what did I miss from Spider-Man? I don't think I missed anything. But if you don't know, if you're not caught up on comics, Miles Morales is it's a Superior Spider-Man, or is it a yeah, it's
It's
Superior Spider-Man, right?
ultimate. It's ultimate.
Ultimate Spider-Man. So Ultimate Spider-Man is played his character is Miles Morales, which is in the animated series is voiced by Donald Glover. So it was like a cool um, chain
Easter
of
egg.
Yeah.
events to lead to that. Yeah, a little Easter egg. Yeah, that's a better word for it.
There was also a huge push for Donald Glover to play Spider-Man in whenever they were in talks to reboot Spider-Man for the Andrew Garfield. There was a huge fan push for Donald Glover to
It
play
was in
Miles
his stand-up,
Morales
wasn't
live
it?
action. Yeah, I think it was actually.
Like he mentioned it in his stand-up.
Uh, I don't remember the name of that stand up. I have it on my phone though.
But I'm super hyped for him to be Lando Calrisian. I want to see him, and I hope he gets a lot of time in the Falcon. Um, I don't know what his like. He has a supporting character too, and I don't know his. I think it's a droid. But I am excited for the Han Solo movie. I know a lot of people aren't really hype about who they cast as Han, but I'm
But
not. I
with
don't
that
know.
being said, if it wasn't like anybody could have been casted, if it wasn't young Harrison Ford, everyone would have been upset with it.
Yeah, like if it wasn't,
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's the
yeah,
most iconic person from I would argue person from Star Wars like in general. It's like Han
he is a
Solo.
big face of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
What is
you're
you know what's crazy to
changing
me?
that face.
You know what's crazy to me is he doesn't
What?
even like Star Wars. Han Solo or not. So Harrison Ford doesn't like being recognized as Han Solo. He would rather you recognize him for Blade Runner or for Air Force One or like any other movie he's done. But like he's just sick of people only knowing Star Wars that he's been in, which just
Well, I
astounds me.
think
I'm like, that's a
it's
great movie.
well. I mean, I
And
think it's
Indiana Jones. They
he's.
don't want to miss out on Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say he's probably more tired of people being coming up to him and be like, "Hey, it's Han Solo." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, not knowing his name.
He just
I
comes
don't
off as a
know.
curmudgeon to me in general, so I don't really know what to make of it.
yeah. I bet he.
Okay,
Uh,
so I thought he was too, but I watched an interview with him and Ryan Gosling for when Blade Runner 2049 out, and he seems like the happiest guy ever. Of course, he had a glass of scotch, so I don't know how many glasses of scotch prior he had, but he seemed like a happy guy in that. I think he does have a good sense of humor at some points. I think he just when he's mad, he's mad. Um, but I had something else on Han Solo movie I wanted. I cannot remember what it was. Oh, Emilia Clark will be in it as well. I don't really know what her character is going to be in it, but I
Probably
yeah.
think she's
boring.
the
Yeah.
most likely.
It's sad. As sad as that is, yeah.
Well, I mean, nothing can top Khaleesi. Khaleesi's pretty cool.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I mean,
The breaker of chains, you know.
Game of Thrones, great.
Daenerys, yeah. But she's. I mean, I hate to say this. Like, for the longest time, she was the most interesting character in Game. Not most interesting, but one of the most interesting characters in Game of Thrones. Now she's probably the. She's really boring. I don't know in it now. I don't know.
I mean,
It's hard
now
to.
she gets to interact with more people, or she's like having to go up against other actors, and they're like, oh, wait a minute,
Yeah,
she's not that good.
yeah. I think that's probably what it is. Like being able to compare her on screen outside of Jorah and uh, her translator. I mean, that's pretty much the only two
Yeah.
people she ever interacts with. I always forget her
Now
name.
she has Jon Snow, and so like Jon Snow is definitely the most interesting character in the show.
Yeah, Jon Snow's pretty cool.
Okay, Tyler.
I've got to act like I know everything about Game of Thrones when I've only watched like 3 seasons. But he is. Let me be honest. He's cool in season 3. He's cool.
He
I've
just
not been
gets better.
introduced
He gets
into all the
even
characters
cooler.
you have. So I mean, he's not peaked yet for me. But Emilia Clark in Han Solo movie, I think she's going to be the first owner of the Millennium Falcon, and then somehow it gets into Lando's hands, and then it goes to Han. So I don't know how they're going to do that, because like canon is Lando owned it before Han, and it was Lando's ship, and I think Han I can't remember if he won it in a gambling match or if he just stole it from Lando, and Lando's like, you can keep it.
If he stole it, that would explain the betrayal.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
I can't.
the betrayal was to save his community, like his
Yeah.
home world thing is why he
Oh.
betrayed him.
Never
At least
he
mind.
that's how
wasn't
I
just like-
always took it. Yeah,
I've
because
only
he
seen
felt
it
a lot
bad
of
so I
for
wouldn't
it.
worry about it.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
you.
he did felt bad for the betrayal, but I think there's definitely that exposition of he did it for his people. And
Yeah, that he had
when
no choice, no option or anything like that. Like it was either
yeah,
die or give them up.
which is like I feel like a lot of people didn't pick up on he did it for his people, and uh, I
Then
was one of them when I first watched it because I watched it when I was a kid. But
Right.
I mean,
But
I
then he
think-
turns around and helps them escape. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's
yeah, and then he helps
Kinda
them in on Jabba's planet too to get Han back. So I mean, he
yeah.
redeems himself. And I'm just so Lucas, I want to talk about that rap that you sent me and Chris about like
The
so
Lando
Donald
rap.
Glover. Yeah, Donald Glover did like did he write that or did he
No,
just freestyle
no,
that?
that wasn't him.
It wasn't him?
No, that was.
Wait, it was him rapping.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't? I thought it was. That's why I was even more hype about it.
No, it was people that they wrote it and did it in 2011 style Childish Gambino like rap, and it sounds just like him, but it's not. But all the footage cut together and everything made me really, really excited for the Donald Glover Lando Calrisian.
Yeah, it
We
was.
should have a song on the
I'll put a link-
soundtrack.
Hmm?
I wish he had a song on the
What did you
soundtrack.
say, Chris?
Yeah, for
Oh,
real.
That would be. Oh my
Could you
god.
imagine a
would
Childish
be awesome.
Gambino song scored by John
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Do you think he would do like his new kind of style or do his old kind of style for it?
Don't matter what kind of style it is.
Yeah, either one.
I mean, it's going to be
I'd
good
happy
regardless,
with
but I
it.
mean,
I feel like if it was scored by John Williams, it'd actually probably be more old style. Like that
Yeah,
would
it would
fit a
probably
little bit more.
fit a little better. Which I'm a
Here's
fan
the-
of his new stuff also. So
Yeah.
is there anything
Waking
that
my
Childish
love.
Gambino can't do? He can direct. He
Read?
can act.
I
He
don't
can
know.
sing. He can
Can you
can
count
rap.
to
He
10?
can do comedy. Well, I mean, I'm sure he does in one of his raps.
There's gotta be something he can't do.
I know there can't be that much talent.
Can't
in
wash
one
dishes
person.
or something.
Maybe
he
he
can't
cook.
dance.
No, he does in that one video. What's the one video where he dances in the diner?
Sober.
Sober. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also in Magic Mike 2. XXL.
Did you-
XXL.
Okay, so Lucas, I got a question. Do you know that because
haven't-
you watched the movie, or just know because you know Donald Glover's like filmography?
I just know because I know Donald Glover's filmography. And
All right,
also, whenever I seen the poster of Magic Mike XXL, and I seen Donald Glover on it, I was like, "What the heck? That's the last person I ever would have thought would be in that movie." But he got ripped for it, so shout out to him.
The dude, he got ripped. He can get buff too.
Yeah.
What the heck? The guy can do everything.
He can also freestyle. His freestyle on Hot 97, it was like
Yeah,
5 years ago. It's awesome.
And he showed up looking like a bum, though.
Yeah, but he used it in his rap.
Did.
But I mean, like, if you're that good at everything, Chris, do you have to show up looking good?
No, I'm just saying he did. I'm not using it as a knock against him. If I could, I would show up in sweatpants to everything.
So what do you think is his peak? Like, is it being in a Star Wars film, or isn't he an Emmy nominated director?
Emmy winner.
Emmy winner.
Winner. Yeah,
And it's for Atlanta, right? Directing Atlanta.
Yeah.
yeah. He won 2 Golden Globes. He has an Emmy for writing 30 Rock. I mean, pretty much he has everything.
Did he get a
except for an
Grammy this
Oscar
year, or did
at
he just
this
get
point.
nominated?
Ooh, Grammy's the music one, right? He got that.
Yeah. He got
Okay, I
that?
don't know if he
got
won
it.
one or not.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, he got it for best song, I think. Either best song or best contemporary R&B song. I don't remember which one. He was
I'll
nominated
look
for
it up.
both.
So what all?
He's
what
also
other awards is he
nominated
missing?
for just the Oscar is all he's missing.
Tony.
Does he have a Tony? Yeah, Tony.
Oh,
Award.
and a
Which
Tony.
he could go to Broadway, I'm sure, and get a Tony.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be old Simba in the Lion King
Yeah, the
live action
remake.
Lion King remake,
And then
which
Black
is going to
Panther
be
will be in that too.
amazing.
Listen, that's got like okay. So you know how we talked about Prince of Egypt had a killer lineup for a movie, like it had just like a great cast. The new
Yeah.
Jungle Book has a great cast too, and we talked about that briefly on one episode. But I mean, you got Childish Gambino, you got Chadwick Boseman,
No, Lion King.
Lion King. What did I say? Jungle Book.
Yeah.
I said Jungle Book, right?
Jungle
yeah.
Book. Yeah.
Jungle Book's already
Which also
out,
had a
and then-
killer cast.
Yeah, it did good too. They had Bill Murray. They had Walken there, Chris Walken. Who else did they have?
They had Sir
Sir
Ben
Ian-
Kingsley and
Ben Kingsley, yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Some others I forget off the top of my head.
Which is just I don't know how you can jam pack that many good actors into a movie. Which, while I'm talking about this, Infinity War is going to have like 24 main characters when it comes out. But
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have some good actors. Like I really like Paul Rudd. Chris Evans is good. Scarlett Johansson's good. Robert Downey Jr. is good. So like there are really good actors in it. I know Lucas, you're not a big fan of Marvel movies, and like I go watch them because they're entertaining. Because like tonight, Black Panther premieres on this Thursday. This is Thursday the 15th. So it premieres tonight.
I didn't even know it came out this week.
I might go watch it tomorrow. I'm either gonna edit this episode or I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow. Either is a good option. Because what's going to be cool about the Black Panther movie is all the gadgets and like armor upgrades that the Avengers are going to get, I think. Like I think this is going to be like it's going to foreshadow a lot of the tech that the Avengers will get in Infinity War. Because me and my friend at work have been talking about that. And then really Wakanda is one of the least known about places in the comics. Like they're very mysterious about it in the comics. So I mean, this will be the biggest exposure I think it has, which is great. Like it'll be awesome. But that's more for my like just comic book nerd side of like just really wanting it to be good because I want that. I like the character of Black Panther.
I don't know a whole lot about him. Like really at all. Like he was never one of the mainstream characters or anything like that growing up. At least for me, I never read any of his comics. I never really read any Marvel. Uh, so it just kind of, I don't know. I'm gonna go watch the movie. I'll probably watch it this weekend, but uh, I don't know. Just not looking forward to it as much as other movies I would be.
Chris, like you played
Hmm.
those Marvel games? Did you learn Black Panther and stuff in that, or
Not the Lego game,
was
of
it?
course not.
Well, no, I thought you played it like Marvel Alliance or something,
It has nothing to
or
do.
was it?
There wasn't anything specific to him in the game.
Oh, I played some Marvel game that was for the Wii, and it was like a story-based game. And you fight you have levels in Wakanda, but you never really find out. Like you find out vibranium comes from Wakanda, like that's where the main source of it is. That's about it. Huh. I'm gonna do some research into that and see like how far back Black Panther is mentioned, and then like how much we know about him, because that'd be cool. Um,
What do you mean in the movies?
oh no, in the comics, because I would like to know when he like first appears, and then how much of his backstory is delved into when he does appear. Just because nobody knows a lot about Wakanda, and I think this, like I said, I think this movie is going to be the big exposure for Wakanda that we'll see or have seen. Also, the movie's going to have a great soundtrack, I think, if it's got all the songs
He
and
first appeared in July of 1966 in Fantastic Four number 52.
that's an obscure comic too, like Fantastic Four. I figured he'd be in show up in an Avengers. Hmm. That's cool. Did you just Google that? Get the
I
Wikipedia?
just looked it up on Wikipedia.
Cool. Um, Something else cool that happened this week is I did my first official stream for the podcast network. I also edited it and put it on YouTube, so you guys can watch that if you want to.
Nah, probably
I was
pass.
really, yeah, I mean, it's an
I'm
hour
just
long.
joking.
I need to.
I'm just joking.
I mean, no, it's completely fine. I think what I'm gonna do next time is like break it up and like release maybe 3 different parts throughout the week. So
Yeah.
like, cause the hour chunk is forever. But I did try some different things editing, and I really had fun with it, which was fun. Like the audience will get this, but you know how the Funhouse will take like the quotes of Bruce and replay them in slow motion
Yeah.
in like some of the gameplays. I did stuff like that, and I had a lot of fun with that. Uh, which I still don't know a whole lot about Final Cut Pro, so hopefully I'll learn more about that through editing this gameplay stuff. But I played Fortnite, and I didn't do too bad. First game I think I got 3 kills. Second game I only got 1 kill, and then like the last game I did I got like 5 or 6 kills, and I was amped going through that. Actually, right before this podcast, me and our friend Luke were trying to get good at going to tilted towers, which is
Yeah,
just
that
complete
place.
madness.
Yeah, it's just a death trap. Every time we go there, there's never like enough guns to go around, kind of thing. So one person's like walking around with a pistol, and everybody else is like loaded out, and it's like, I need a gun. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, in squads, there's not enough things there, I don't think. But duos, me and Luke were getting pretty good loadouts. The thing is, it's just you're landing, and there's probably like 2 people on every floor when you land. So you have to find
Yeah,
something quick, and then either get the heck out of Dodge or like go down and push to try to get out of the building. And we didn't do good. We did not do great. But I think what it will help me is I don't think I'll shy away from action when I'm playing Fortnite, which will help me on the streams, I guess. It'll make them more entertaining for the viewers. Because like you can ask Lucas, I usually shy away. If I hear gunshots, I'm like, all right, let's go the other way from the gunshots.
yeah. It works for us though.
Yeah, I mean you
We had
last.
some
But the thing, like,
winners
you don't
two
get good
nights
at
in a row.
combat going that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did win. Well, we had 2 wins in one night, and then played again the following night and got a win. I'm pretty sure is how it went, right?
I think so. With
Um,
squad. Yeah.
it was fun. Squad's definitely. I think my preferred mode is squad. Now that we all know how to play,
Yeah, if you get a full
and
team.
we're like all not awful.
Yeah.
But like when we were all first starting out, I'm like, I hate this. I hate this so much.
Yeah.
But now that we all kind of like know how to play, it's way more fun. Which I still enjoy solos too. Solos is fun. I've been trying to watch a lot of different streamers to get like pick up different strategies, and the one that I'm kind of trying out is the dual pump shotgun, which the guy that I watch is a PC player, so it's probably way easier to switch between the two on PC than it is console. But I think if I get like an Elite controller or the Scuff controller, and I can map my paddles on the back, I can make it way easier.
Well, it's just the right bumper to switch.
But you have to take your finger off of your trigger to switch. So imagine, say, you could keep your finger on the trigger and just switch between the two with like a back paddle, so you could like you wouldn't have that delay of switching from bumper to
Hey,
trigger.
Kirby. So whenever you're
Yeah.
holding your controller, put your index finger on the bumpers and your middle fingers on the triggers.
I can't do that, man. I'm not coordinated enough for that stuff.
Okay.
That's why I have to compensate, Lucas. I have to get the other controller. I'm not. Listen, another story that furthers how not coordinated I am with my fingers is like when I first got Guitar Hero, I had to lay the guitar down and play it like I would play it flat on my lap with the colors and which is like the I'm ashamed of that fact, but
You should
I
be.
want to be completely honest
For real.
in this episode.
I mean, it took me a
And then
while
I
to
can-
learn it, but I mean,
It's gonna
like
be harder
once
to
you-
learn it right when you start out playing it like that.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing. I can't get orange with my pinky. My pinky doesn't stretch out that far. I don't understand it.
You just gotta work at it. You gotta slide your hand down.
Well, I'm not gonna do it anymore because I've not played Guitar Hero since like eighth grade. Like, I've
Yeah.
not played it in that long.
Yeah.
But I think the paddles would help a whole lot with Fortnite because then you wouldn't have to take your thumb off of your aiming analog to reload or to jump.
Yeah. I do it to jump. I only have one mapped right now because for I don't remember what game it was. I actually think it was Rocket League. I had it mapped to B for boost for Rocket League,
Yeah.
and then I think I moved it to a different slot for to jump in Fortnite, but I just have one in right now.
Gotcha. I'm in between the Scuff and the Elite controller, but I think I'm leaning towards the Scuff controllers because like the paddles go straight down and don't like infringe on your space of your handles of your controller, like where your palms sit and stuff. They don't infringe on that real estate. But I've done a lot of research into this.
I gotcha. Like my thing with the Elite controller, I wish the paddles were longer. Simply because my hands are massive.
Yeah, you're like Sasquatch.
So they don't really, it doesn't fit to my hand very well, so it's hard to use all four of them at the same time because then I'm having to reach back up for them. So
Gotcha. While we're on the note of Fortnite, did you guys see that Fortnite overtook PUBG, so PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, as the most popular game? Like, I'm pretty sure just to like watch. I think it's the most
it's
Watch,
watch stream.
gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, stream. That's what it is. Which I think I think the building aspect can add, like even in your lull time on Fortnite, you can still build, um, which it like takes away the dull periods, I think. And then where the map's smaller, you don't have less dull time too.
Yeah.
I know
Uh,
for, or go ahead, go ahead.
I also think part of it is that I guess it's uh, there's less of a learning curve on it from or PUBG. Uh, Simply because controls are very simple, the layout's very simple. It also works very well on console, which
Yeah,
I haven't played PUBG, but from everything that I've heard, that it struggles very, very uh, badly on console, on Xbox, and Fortnite seems to do really well. So all those console people watching Twitch, they're going to watch Fortnite because that's what they're playing, kind of thing. That's what works for them. Even though I think, for me personally, I think PUBG looks like a better game, but. And also, Fortnite's free.
yeah,
So.
that's another big thing for it. I think for me, I, I play console. I play Xbox One. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I play. Besides maybe some mobile games on my iPhone. But you have it's free where PUBG is. I think it's 25. I think I bought mine for 25. I own the game. And then another thing is, you're right. Controls are a big deficit from PUBG to Fortnite because Fortnite, I think, are way simpler. Like, switch guns is Y, open stuff is X, to reloads X, and it's more your intuitive. It's almost like you're playing a classic game because the controls are just so similar. And then PUBG, you actually like. I didn't know how to actually load a gun in the game, so I was running around with a gun and had bullets for it, but I couldn't load it because I didn't know you had to hold X to do it. Um, and then I think PUBG complicates it a lot with the attachments. Whereas like Fortnite has attachments on their guns, you just find those guns and they're already pre-equipped. For example, you have the silenced SMG, you have a scoped AR, or you have a scoped sniper rifle, or you have a pump shotgun versus a tactical shotgun. I think they thought that through to where you didn't have to think of an inventory system. Your inventory system is literally 5 or 6 slots for Fortnite, whereas PUBG you have your health slots, your attachment slots, your gun slots, and it's really crowded. And I think you could. I mean, I know I died when I was trying to equip something onto a gun one time, and I just got frustrated. Now, something that I did get received in my email inbox 2 mornings ago was a survey that Microsoft sent out for PUBG to try to enhance the gameplay. So I think they're realizing that they didn't optimize it and they're trying to make it better, which I appreciate a whole lot.
Yeah.
And when they get that lined out, this is going to be a big statement, and I don't hold me to this, but I think if PUBG gets optimized, I might switch to playing PUBG just because it's something new. Because I've been playing Fortnite for a while. Not that I don't love Fortnite, just change it up a little bit. And then I paid money to play PUBG, so I need to play that game
Yeah.
at some point. But also, you have 2 maps for PUBG, which is cool. There's way more guns. Um, and then I think I mean, there's a lot more places you can land in. There's a lot more buildings and stuff than Fortnite.
There's a new map
And
that they released also, so it's like, I guess, a variety kind of thing, even though by all accounts the new map is garbage.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of gameplay of it, and I kind of like it. I like the desert scene of it. But then you also have the regular island, it's just a hill in the middle, and then you have just the original map too. But I think they all are cool. The hill one was a little off-putting on me because you could honestly be playing a uphill, having uphill battle. But
Always keep the high ground.
yeah, I actually said that line in my stream the other night, and then died immediately. But
I'm
oh
sorry.
my
Whoa.
god, that scared me.
I sneezed.
Hopefully, our audience isn't dead from that one, from having heart attacks.
That scared me to death.
I tried to get to my mic, but I couldn't.
It's okay. If you're still alive and have not
Yeah.
had a heart attack from Lucas's sneeze, I have a question that was emailed to us. Well,
Oh,
not
really?
emailed to us, Twitter message to us. And and this is like, we did a TV episode of like what our favorite TV show was and stuff. But the question is, what TV show would you want to be in? So say you could be a character in any show and like be in that universe, what show would you pick?
Character any show.
Yeah.
go
Well,
first.
you
I
get
wanna.
to you get to be your own character in that show.
Can my character be safe from bad things that happen in that show?
Uh, I'll say you have a 50-50 shot of bad things happening to you.
No, well then Game of Thrones is out of it.
Yeah.
You could die. Like, flip a coin. Am I gonna die this episode? Oh God.
Uh,
Oh, another thing is like I guess Walking Dead would be out too because you could die instantly.
I definitely wouldn't want to be in Walking Dead. That would suck.
You shut your mouth, Lucas. That's a great show.
Okay. Uh, okay. Two things on that. One, it's not. And two, I wasn't talking about the quality to the show. I was talking about living in a zombie apocalypse would suck.
Yeah.
I think my first instant was like, I love watching Seinfeld because it's a show about nothing, so nothing important is ever done. I think that would be great because it sounded like a stress-free zone to be in, but then like it would get boring.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want anything like catastrophic or like, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
anything like that. It's like, I mean, I'll tell you what my first thought was, but then I was like, no, that's kind of stupid. Was Dexter, which is one of my favorite shows, but I was like,
You could get killed by Dexter.
well, I would have to be a murderer if I got killed by Dexter, but
Oh, that's true. You
uh,
might be a murderer in that universe.
you never know. But I was like, if that's the case, then I would just be a dude living in Miami, and I don't want to live in Miami.
It's too hot.
So I was just like, eh. Uh,
I can't think of
One
any
show that
shows
I-
I watch where there's no danger.
right. That's
I think
kind of where I'm
Longmire would be a
at.
good one. I really enjoyed watching Longmire. If I got to be a detective and I wasn't just in the town that happened, I would want to be like one of the detectives on the show and go do stuff. Well, I guess that goes for any detective show. Like if you like crime scene investigation stuff, I don't know. I think that's a cool job.
Technically, since the Olympics are on TV, I could say I want to be in the Olympics.
I'll give you that one. Which event would you want to do, Chris?
Probably one where I wouldn't get hurt, so curling.
Yeah,
That's
curling's
not
the
a bad one.
best.
Curling would be good. I'm trying to think of, is there any other Winter Olympic sports that you don't really have like, any great danger of getting injured?
I mean, no. I mean, skiing, you could easily injure yourself. Snowboarding, you could easily injure yourself. Luge,
like
skeleton,
cross country skiing.
bobsled, all
Cross country
Be
skiing,
safe. Super Bowl.
you could be safe, I would think.
Maybe, let's see.
I haven't
I don't
watched
know. I can't
any
think
of
of
the
any
Olympics
others.
this year, which is the first time. Because the Winter Olympics is my favorite. I like watching the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I enjoy the Winter Olympics because I mean snowboarding and the freestyle skiing is awesome to watch, and then I get amped for curling for no reason. I don't understand it.
It's
You're
so
either
fun to watch.
like sliding a stone or you're brushing, like that's it. But I get so amped because I'm like, all right, you got to sweep, 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 straight, oh, oh, and like you get amped. But like, I don't get amped for like the swim stuff because I don't know, you
That's
can barely
Summer
see them.
Olympics.
Yeah,
I
but like,
think.
well, I'm saying like between the summer and winter Olympics, I think I enjoy winter Olympics more.
Oh yeah, I do too. I enjoy watching the swimming and all that simply because U.S. usually dominates that.
Yeah.
That's
what
a
they
good
have for the
patriotic
past.
boost.
Yeah, it's like I like watching us win, and we usually win whenever it comes to swimming. Uh,
Yeah.
but and then half pipe is my favorite Winter Olympics event.
Here's something. Isn't luge and like your other racing events, isn't that just like fancy NASCAR?
No,
No.
Like kind of. Well, I mean,
no, not
I
at
think it
all.
is. I think you guys are. Yes, yes, it is.
No, I think you're wrong. No, I
Well, in
limited
NASCAR,
No.
racing.
you're racing at the same time against people.
Yeah,
I mean, if anything, Luge is just like a time trial.
yeah.
Okay, I'll
And
give you that one, but
you also turn more directions than just left.
It's true.
You also
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have an
you're right.
engine, and you also don't drive a car,
It's only gravity.
and it's also gravity propelled.
Okay,
and-
fine, Lucas. It's nothing like NASCAR. I was trying to make a joke, make a little bit, and then you just ruined it.
I
How's that
know.
a bit?
I was gonna go. I had other stuff I was gonna go with it, but now Lucas ruined it, so I'm not gonna.
Okay. Well, you got to make it a little
But
more
I forgot
believable
to-
next time.
Yes. Imagine if Luge had sponsors, though. What
Okay.
would their sponsors be?
Slush puppy.
Slush puppy.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Slush puppy or like
I had
like
Big
Haagen
League
Organized.
Dazs ice
Chew.
cream.
I had Big League Chew for the first time today since like the third grade. It was awesome.
Oh god. I think I had it. I think I had it sophomore year of college was the last time I had it. Well, did you have the grape or like the original?
The original. Grape is so much better, but that's all the dude had was
Yeah.
original, so.
Big League Chew might be a big baseball thing, but Big League Chew in my book
It's
could
almost like it's
sponsor
called
any.
Big League or something.
Yeah, that's true. They could sponsor any sports team or any sport ever, and I would watch it because I love Big League Chew that much.
Like I felt like a little kid whenever I opened it up, and like you could smell it, and I don't know what it is. I felt like I should have been out there playing baseball, because that's the only time I ever ever had it was playing baseball.
When you were a kid, did you like just take the biggest hunk of gum you could get to where like your
Oh.
jaw almost hurt from how much you had to chew?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I mean, as bad as this sounds, you took a big dip of it and put it in the side of your mouth and acted like you were chewing, kind of thing. You'd spit and
Yeah.
all that, and then you'd roll it up and stick it in your back pocket.
I think
Yeah.
the truest sign that you're an adult is that you actually put a normal size into your jaw. Like you can still act like you can spit and like act like it's tobacco, but it's like you don't put the amount that it makes your jaw cramp from chewing. I think that's one of the truest signs to transfer from childhood to adulthood.
I mean, I just stopped chewing it altogether once I quit baseball, so.
I didn't. I still chewed it all the time if I could find it.
I didn't know they sold it anymore, but this guy found it at like, I think it was at like Old Navy or something like that.
That is the most random place for it to
Right.
be. Is at Old Navy.
Yeah,
Like it should have been at like Dick's or something or like some sporting goods store.
yeah.
The cool thing about it is like if your wad of, whatever size wad you had in your jaw, if it lost flavor, you could take like one string of it and add like a whole flavor to that big wad. It only took
Yeah.
one strand. I, oh gosh.
Uh,
Well,
so, well,
let me change.
we never
We
answered
went off topic, but
this person's question.
that's true. We kind of badgered around it, and I was
Yeah,
trying to
and
get
then
back
we
to that
got
with a segment.
way off topic.
But I'll give it to Chris. Chris is the one that got us off topic, but it did create a really good conversation
Yeah,
about the
we
Olympics.
we got back
I
to it.
didn't take it off topic. That was my
No.
answer.
Yeah, his answer
I
was
mean,
the
yeah.
Olympics. He wanted to be in the Olympics.
Yes. It kind of got us off track a little bit though. Okay, so Chris is picking the Olympics, and he's gonna do curling to where he doesn't get hurt. Uh, I don't know what show I would do. Um,
See,
Dang, this is a tough question.
these are one of these questions where it's like I'm sitting here racking my brain, and as of right now, I feel like I have an answer. But as soon as I say it, and like 5 minutes after we stop recording, I'll be like, "Oh crap! I forgot all about this TV show." Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead and say it. I would like to be in Quantum Leap.
Okay, that's a good one.
If like the whole, I would, okay, I would want to be one of the main characters. Because that
I
way
think
you get
that's like
to
a
jump
go. Like, I
back and
think,
forth in time and all that stuff. That would be cool.
yeah.
But like
I
his
think for
little
this question
robot
you
helper
have to
friend.
choose.
Yeah.
I think like if you're in this, if you're answering this question, I think you have to assume that you're going to be a main character, or you're just some random person in that universe. Like, why would you want to be that?
Right.
Um,
I wouldn't want to be like the main dude in Quantum Leap. I would want to be his like robot friend that he's always wearing like Hawaiian shirts and like he's a robot like he's not real. He's an AI, but he's cool. Nothing bad ever really happens to him. At least in what I've saw.
I
I've
ha-
never seen
I
him.
have the perfect answer.
Okay.
You remember the Mighty Ducks animated show?
Yep.
I want to be in that because I love hockey, and then that show was awesome when I was a kid.
It's still awesome.
It's still great, and we talked about that. I think the last episode you guys were on because we were talking about Mighty Ducks maybe getting another TV show. But yeah, that's mine. I'm gonna bring it back to that. Oh no, wait, Gargoyles. Ooh, that's a good one too. Dang it, there's too many
First
good
season.
animated shows.
First season of Gargoyles.
First season
is all you
Gargoyles.
want.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
no, I'm gonna
watched
stick
that
with Mighty
not too
Ducks.
long ago. It's probably been a year or two ago at this point. It's such a good show.
It was, and it holds. I think it's one of the animated shows that holds up.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. First season does. I
Yeah,
don't know what
I'm
happened
sticking
to
with Mighty.
it after that.
I'm gonna stick with Mighty Ducks. Final answer. So,
Okay.
which is that's I like it. I like the answers. They were good answers. We had good conversation. That was good. I think we answered that person's question. Let's
Yeah.
let's take it a little bit further, and let's say if you could be in any movie, which movie would you be in and be a main character in? And I already have mine. If you want me to go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So, mine would be Star Wars. Big surprise, but I don't think I'd want to be a Jedi. I would want to be like a smuggler, like old style Han Solo. No, I don't really want to be. I don't really want to be up in the Resistance or anything because you could die. But I wouldn't mind being around some sketchy people and making money in a little bit of a fringy, illegal way. Because like some of the greatest Star Wars books are about like smuggler stuff. So I think if you got to be in that universe and make your own movie about it that was in Star Wars universe, I think I would want to be that.
It's a pretty good answer. I will say my first thought, simply because of how cool the world is, was Blade Runner.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna believe me, but I was thinking you would say that because you really loved Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, I mean, I really love the original too. I mean, they're
I mean, yeah,
and it's more like even though the original movie isn't like it's good, but the world it
it's not
sets
like
up,
action packed or anything.
yeah, the world it sets up is a lot more interesting than the movie itself. And I really like the whole Blade Runner, the futuristic neon, like the 50s futuristic kind of stuff. It's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Let me ask you a question. Would you be a replicant or would you be human?
Human.
See, that's probably the best answer because you're not hunted by anyone. You're probably doing the hunting.
You also have longer than 5 years to live.
That's true too. But like if you're a replicant, like say you're what
You're
was the
also
model that
not used for slave labor or.
but like Dave Batista like and like his character was cool because he was on the run. I don't think I'd ever want to be on the run from somebody or something, but I always love those stories of
Yeah,
like people on the run. And like
yeah,
replicants are freaking strong too. Like so you and no, you don't just live for 5 years as a replicant. Well, it depends on which model you are, but like
yeah. I mean, you
Harrison
have,
Ford's model lives like pretty
yeah.
long, right?
It's oh god. Uh,
I don't. Do they ever say like a time span on it?
I know in the originals, because that's the whole thing. Is at the end of the original spoiler, if you haven't seen it, uh, the replicant dies on the roof because he runs out of time, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's how
yeah.
they keep
Oh yeah,
them, like keep them at
from
bay, kind
overpowering
of
the
thing,
humans.
right? Because they're engineered smarter, faster, stronger, uh, all that kind of stuff. So it's, uh,
Okay,
uh,
so cover for me. I'm looking it up right now. So the model was for like that model that like in the first movie that Harrison Ford hunts is 4 year lifespan. Um, then then like I think the rest of them depend on your stage of slavery. So if you
yeah,
accept the servitude, your lifespan is increased. But like as soon as you try to go on the run, you're immediately hunted. So I think you have an indefinite.
which is so like
No,
as long as
replicants can't be indefinite. I guess I don't think replicants have an indefinite lifespan. I think I guess it's like a normal person's lifespan,
possibly, I don't know.
maybe a little bit longer
I've never
because
looked
they're
into
able to hold up to
this
harsher
deep.
conditions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be a good conversation.
yeah. No, I've never. Uh, is okay. I'm after saying all this. Is Decker a replicant?
Yes, I thought that was obvious. It wasn't obvious in the first one. Um,
For
spoiler alert for the second one. Uh, spoiler alert a whole lot because we've kind of already ruined it.
yeah,
But Deckard is a replicant. But I think most people know that from the first one. Like if you watch the first one, you haven't seen the second one. I think most people think he is, but they think they know something's different about his replicant style or something. You know what I mean?
yeah. Hold on, I'm looking this up because for some reason I didn't think he either is and didn't know he was in the original. No, he's human.
I think that he didn't. No,
He's
he's not.
human. He's human in the novel, and his race is listed as human, possible replicant in the movies.
And I think 2049 like solidifies that he's replicant.
How? It never says it or anything like that.
Why is he hunted if he's not a replicant, Lucas? Like why are they coming after him if
Because
he's not a
he helped
replicant?
them escape, and he also he did something at the end of the first one to do something bad, and he had to run.
Also, in the first one, he had the same dream that every other replicant had of the stinking unicorn. And also the dude that was in his partner in the original one that Ryan Gosling went and visited in the nursing home said he was a replicant.
I don't know. I just looked it up online and it said it was possible replicant, but race is human. So that's all I'm saying. For some reason, I didn't think he was a replicant. But
Well, I think if you're a replicant, you're still like your race is still humanoid, right?
I don't know. I mean, I figured it would be a replicant.
I don't know. Chris, let's go to you. What if you could be put in any movie? What movie would you be put in?
The SpongeBob movie.
Another movie? Would you be like a undersea character, or would you be like the Hoff that just helps him along?
I'd
the
be a
quest?
human on the beach. I don't want to go into any movies because lots of bad things happen in movies, and I don't want to deal with that.
Nothing bad happened in the SpongeBob movie.
That's why I chose the SpongeBob movie.
I would want to be one of the sea creatures, because then you could partake in the awesome rock song that happens in the end.
Yeah, but I would have
That
been
awesome
under
parody.
Plankton's control. I don't want that inconvenience.
I mean, you could have helped Patrick and SpongeBob on their quest.
If they almost died.
Okay, fine. Fine. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, guys,
Can be
I have
Rugrats
no
because I
more
don't want to be a lost
topics.
baby. So
well, that's true too. In every Rugrats movie, they get lost. The first one, they get lost in with the monkeys, and I forget how. I own that movie, and I just forget how. And then the Paris
Rugrats in
one,
Paris.
they get like in the giant robot
That
and
movie
try to
was
break up the wedding.
crap.
Listen, anything with Reptar is the crap. But I'm out of topics, so I guess we'll call this episode.
Yeah.
We've been
yeah,
going for about an
I
hour,
don't. I had nothing to. I brought nothing to this.
but
We
you
can
did
open
some
it
good
up.
answering, Chris, and I appreciate it. And Lucas did great at scaring the audience half to death and
Yep.
making us all think he's disgusting. So I think all
Which
of our
I am.
purposes have been fulfilled tonight. Yes. But you'll still never top the most disgusting thing that happened when I stay at your apartment next weekend. And we'll leave that on a cliffhanger, everybody.
Yeah.
Check
I
us
don't
out
want to
on
talk
social
about
media.
that.
Check us out on social media. Our Twitter is @BTStatic. Our email, btstatic.pod@gmail.com. Send us questions. We'll definitely answer them. Or you can tweet at us. Tweet the questions at us too. Also, check out the podcast network we are a part of. It's crossplay compatible podcast network. There will be another promo at the end of this episode for a podcast that is a part of that network. And I know that podcast would really love if you check them out. I don't know which podcast it'll be yet because I'll have to go and look at see which promo I haven't added onto one of our episodes before. But you should definitely listen to the very end, even after our outro music, and there will be a promo. Also, the podcast network is doing some cool Twitch things. I think they have some stuff scheduled on every day except Friday nights. So if you go to twitch.tv/crossplaycompatible, you can watch a lot of cool different shows, and they vary from streaming just gameplay to podcast episodes you can watch live and chat with the podcast hosts. Most of the shows are pre-recorded and put on there to stream onto Twitch, but the chat is still live for if somebody else is watching with you or if the podcast hosts are watching it as well with you guys. I know I stream on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I might get a little bit more time to like maybe try to do 7 to 9 if my schedule frees up a little bit, which is cool. I streamed Fortnite this past Monday, and it was awesome. I had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know if you'll have a lot of fun watching it, but you should check it out. And then also, I put that stuff on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, which is Better Than Static. So guys, thank you so much for listening this far. Hopefully this episode's been better than static. Catch you guys next time.
If I find my way home, yeah.
If you like video games, debates, and silly banter, you'll love Gamerheads Podcast.
Outside of your store, because I do feel like your store knows its identity. I do. I think that you guys know what you are. No?
Not always.
Really?
He sells fidget spinners.
Well,
Not anymore.
I mean, for a while. but-
Not
I mean,
anymore.
Not,
We're
that
experimenting
not
with our...
anymore.
That's what I'm saying, though. You were just experimenting.
Golf was made by a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go Iwata.
Yeah.
Oh, the game.
Yeah, not the
Okay.
sport.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
like, huh.
Well, speaking of Nintendo,
Follow Gamerheads on Podbean at gamerheadspodcast.podbean.com.